Ye of little faith, you thought I wasn't coming back. No! I am here to bring you another antisocial hour. Doesn't fall on Sunday this time. Sorry. I don't really have a schedule anymore. That's okay. Let's get to the important news, right? My kid has started first grade. You know what this means for us? This means that you and I will be closer than ever because I will actually have mornings free. Mornings free to do my work, to talk to you guys. This is going to be great. I am excited. Now, also, I have a little bit of a bone to pick. My kid has started first grade, and being a first grader, he is, by definition, unvaccinated. So wear a mask, you backwards damn savages. I'm reading this book by Laura Spinney called Pale Rider. It's about the what? What? Unknown power surge because of my TikToking ring light? You know what? Deal with it. I'm not the computer. Unknown USB device needs more power than the port. That's not my problem. Stop it. Stop the point that I'm trying to make here is that people were really stupid during the Spanish flu, and we haven't changed. I don't understand. It's like we went from believing in demons and monsters and ghosts causing the flu, and now we believe in fucking horse dewormer. Are you one of these people? Are you one of the? I mean, okay, I get it. The only thing worse than just having COVID is having COVID and worms. I understand that, but I would rather just take. Why do you have worms to begin with? Being a modern first worlder who only eats processed food, and actually, now that I think about it, that's a pretty damn good argument for only eating processed food is worms. How do you even get worms if you are not a horse? Why is this medicine sold to people over the counter? What is wrong with, well, I can't believe there's a demand for that. The grocery store is like, hey, we've got this precious little bit of retail space where we could be selling cigarettes or Mountain Dew or fucking fidget spinners. I don't know. We're going to put horse dewormer in this space because there's enough of a market to human beings buying horse dewormer. I can't anymore. So I'm reading this book and yeah, demons, and they thought it was caused by bad air, you know, all the old reasons that people used to think that disease happened. That was still around in 1918. And here we are 100 years later, and we know the truth. We have science to prove that germ theory is a thing, and yet we still brought upon us a second wave of this pandemic after we had the vaccine, after we had all the protocols in place. Places in the world have like zero COVID infection. Not us. Not us. Thank you, Florida. What's going on down there, Howard? Are you still alive? Serious question. I hope you are. Why don't you leave? Why are you staying in Florida? My idiot friend called me the other day to talk about. He wanted to. We're not. You know what? We're just gonna. Okay, let's move on. I am smoking Old Limey Bastard in my Stanwell pot, and I'm very glad to just be making an old-fashioned pipe video. See, you guys think that I haven't been making any content, but that is a lie. I have been making plenty of content. You just have to be a patron to see it. So go join me on Patreon. $3 buy-in, y'all. It is definitely worth your time and money to go check out the work I'm doing over there. I have a tremendous project, which I'm going to go public with, I guess, in the next few days. That has been taking up so much of my time, and I'm glad that it's kind of getting to a manageable point. But my patrons have been well informed about that. I've got some other things going on. I went to New York for a minute to see the boss. I see. None of us is without sin. So during a global pandemic that is raging again, I got on an airplane and flew to New York City to go to a theater to see the boss. And by the way, he wore a mask, not all the way through the show, but he was wearing them, and everyone in the theater was wearing a mask, and everyone had to show proof of vaccination to get into the theater. So my idiot friend calls me up, and he's like, you know, in New York, you can't do anything without proof of vaccination. I'm like, yeah, that's right. It's actually not. I was there 3 days. We went everywhere. I only had to show my vaccination records to get into the St. James Theater to see Springsteen on Broadway. Bought plenty of food, went into stores, no problem. I don't know where this information comes from. These ideas come from, they're just come from Russian troll farms. Anyway, my friend, he called me up and he wants to know like advice about living in the woods because he's afraid he's going to have to run to the woods because if he doesn't get vaccinated, he's going to be put in a FEMA camp. I wish that the right wing could move on past the FEMA camp thing, because I was afraid of FEMA camps 15 years ago when I was a young gun nut. I think that at this point, if they were gonna put us all in FEMA camps, they would have. Like, can't we be afraid of some other? Like, let's just go full on Mark of the Beast, digital transhumanism. I'm afraid of that. That's pretty scary. Not the Mark of the Beast part. That's stupid. But the transhumanism thing, I think, that's legitimate fear. We're going to reach that singularity, and all of a sudden, everyone will be robots. That's how that works, right? I haven't really read enough Asimov to be an expert on this, but I know that the minute my computer can actually do a Google search without stalling out, it's going to take over the world. Hey, look, I'm doing better than Tant. His last video was 2 months ago. Where are you, Derek? Where's the mayor in these trying times? By the way, why do you stay in Texas? What? Texas has got problems too. What? You're a healthcare professional. GTFO. But in all seriousness, I am beginning to realize that we have reached the stage of whatever we're in. I think those on the political left would say that we've reached the final or the late stages of capitalism, right? That things are starting to fall apart because we can't stop consuming long enough to realize that we're hurting ourselves. And as someone who does that literally on a daily basis, that makes a lot of sense to me. We are right now, it just started pouring. We are experiencing our second hurricane remnants in as many weeks. And last time it killed a bunch of people in the next county over where I go to fish. Actually, you know what? It almost killed me. I got like a flash flood warning on my phone, and normally I'm just like, yeah, whatever, sure, okay, flash flood, whatever. And this time my wife was driving home from work over a few bridges, and I thought, I'm gonna go put some eyes on the situation, and take a gander at the creek. And I left my house and couldn't make it back for 90 minutes because the roads were all flooded, basically, and the traffic was gridlocked. And I spent quite a few tense minutes like on a bridge where the water was like lapping over the edge of the bridge. That was not a comfortable time. And then I went out that evening and watched people drive through the floodwaters. And those people are why we're in all the situations we're in. But now Hurricane Ida, after slamming through the Gulf, is going to dump a bunch of rain on us today, and everybody's worried about it because we don't need any more rain right now. We're good. I drove through the worst hit areas to go fishing because I'm an insensitive asshole and didn't realize what I was doing. I mean, I knew they were hit bad, but I didn't understand that there was going to be like, housing developments that I normally drive by that are just not there anymore. And then there's like houses laying on literally houses on the side of the road, and everyone's belongings are brought out to the side of the road, and cars are in the woods and trees and shit like that. And they actually would not let me go fishing. They had a roadblock. Sheriff's office had a roadblock, and they were like, sorry, you can't go have your fun day off. We got some business to attend to up there. So the rain has just picked up here, and I'm betting we'll have some minor flooding from this. I don't think it's going to be as bad as last time. But the point is, anytime a hurricane comes through the Gulf, Colonial Pipeline is like, you know what you need? in these troubled times is no gas. That's the best time to shut off our pipeline is when there's a crisis. So now there's another gas shortage. We just had one in May. We just did this, y'all. And I went to the gas station yesterday, and like, you know, 2 of them are empty, and then the other one that's actually got gas, there's people filling up 19 fucking gas tanks to put in the back of their, you know, Kia. And could we just not? Like, could we, you know, I have crippling social anxiety. I'm broke as a joke. There's a global pandemic. I don't need another reason to not leave my house. Okay, I want to show you guys this, right? This is why I don't answer your questions in a timely manner or any manner at all these days, because I go to my YouTube creator dashboard, right? And I click on comments, and this is what I get. Collapse experiment. 1 year ago? 1 year. 1 year ago. Why is this? What am I gonna, I can't respond. Like, I know I responded to these a year ago. So basically I can't see your questions that you're asking. Sometimes it seems to work and I get them in kind of an order, but I mean, how do I don't know. Okay, for any other creators out there also having this problem, I turned off my haven't responded filter, because like, why would I want to see the comments I've already responded to? You know what I mean? And when I turn that off, okay, so turn that off, then I get comments. It seems to be in the order that they were received. Seems to be. So yeah, let me see if I can answer a few questions here. Howard asks Max, crinkle, waffle, shoestring, steak, curly, regular, or other. What is your favorite type of French fries? French fries, okay, only waffle fries are allowed to be thick. Every other style of fry should be super thin. So I'm gonna have to go with shoestring, I think. But I do like curly fries as long as they're thin. When they're like the thick fries that look like they've oozed out of something, no. All right, moving on. What is it? The collapse experiment? No. Over a pipe. Ask Max. What is your son learning or enjoying at music camp? This was from back in the middle of the summer. Is he learning a specific instrument? No. He was learning how to go to camp and try to force all the other campers to play Life on Mars by David Bowie, because that is the song that plays in one of his favorite rocket videos about the SpaceX Falcon Heavy. And I hope that makes more sense to you than it does to me. He went and he played lots of different instruments, and at the end of the week, he was just really upset that they never really learned Life on Mars. I have heard Life on Mars 50 million times. I have no way of actually counting, so I'm just going to underestimate at 50 million. He plays a couple of instruments. He plays a lot of instruments. He likes his keyboard a whole lot. He likes drums a whole lot, but he doesn't play his electric drum set as much as we, who paid several $100s for it, would like. But he likes acoustic drums a lot. He likes to drum on things. And so I'm hoping as his coordination improves. I think one thing is, with cerebral palsy, it's just hard for him to balance and whack things at the same time in a chair, and so he can really only play for a few minutes before he starts to slide out of the chair or something. It's just a lot of coordination going on. So that's why keyboard, I think, is easier for him. But he really likes electronic music too, like garage band stuff. He really is into that, and I'm trying, even though I am an old fuddy-duddy and I want him to play analog instruments. I'm trying to keep up with what those Utes are doing these days, and encourage the garage band stuff too. So that's the situation. Now, you know how I always say I've got some content in the hopper that's going to come out this week, and then it never does. This time it will, because it's already done and recorded, and I just have to upload it. There will be a short adventure video that isn't very good coming up. And then once this project goes live, I'm going to dump a bunch of content here. I have to keep it embargoed for my patrons who are paying me to keep it embargoed. And so once everything goes public, I will show you guys lots of videos. But I'm super excited about being able to get up in the morning while my kid is at school. His mom takes him to school, and I pick him up, which I need to leave. It's almost noon. He gets out of school at 2 o'clock, so I better leave soon so I can get in line and wait an hour and a half to pick him up. But I am excited about having a YouTube pipe smoking renaissance to look forward to. So, see you shortly. Thank you for watching. Please take care of each other. Please keep the ends out for the ties that bind.